movers and shakers. It's getting that time where I sort of got to bite the bullet and try and see if it stuff works. Check that out. What an absolute tin ass. And I'll say just lucky. Full stop. So it wouldn't have been ideal trying to find where I'd gone wrong. So wrong. But look at that. There is a delay because when I go into settings and go to add controller or whatever, it shows that this is 1:1. Here it seems, I don't know, there's a bit of delay. I think that's just the software. But look what you can see. My wheel's beautifully quiet. And if I go to my pedals, nice and quiet, but beautiful action. Again, the software is a bit laggy. I'd say that's their G20. Now if I put my brake full force on, put my butt to the seat, and now I'm pressing really fucking hard. You can see the brake. Now I'm putting some good pressure on it about there. So that's perfect. Where I'd be trail braking and feathering, it would be about there as far as. Now, friends who have helped me with my words, load cell, correct? If I had a load cell, it'd be better. However, with the way I've put the new springs and different elastomers or rubbers and elastomers, it's really good. Feels terrific, and the bounce back super quick. Clutch, you can just stomp on it, absolutely stomp on it, and it just works beautifully. So first shot, incredibly lucky. Something I wouldn't suggest or even condone doing what I do. And I'd say I just forgot. I don't think there's anything psychologically deeper than that I can't admit to myself or I haven't thought of. I think I just simply forgot to do it. There we go. Still got to put magnets in here because they pull out. So I've got to fix that. Fix quite a few things, but you know, plugged it in. Pretty incredible, really. I just put a new hole. Well, that's not even that's coming out of it. It thinks it's plugged in. It's because the inside of the steering wheel is way over down here. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked, pretty happy with that. I'm pretty thankful too that it does work. Saves a hell of a lot of headache, and it means it's just one step forward now. I can actually start to see. Well, I can once I've done some wiring like this one. That was the blood red one that I had hanging out. I just didn't think cut it, and I put some more light on by closing this because it's such a dark screen. Yeah, I put that through instead. And that one goes to that nice big green connection that I showed you once upon a time that I made up. And then I ended up putting that wiring that to this one. So it's just more cooler, robust. Made sure it was pretty heavy duty. So when I do these 3 screws, which is all it takes now. So 3 screws now, I'll pull that out, pull those 3 screws out. I can pull that boss hub out. It's got the nice big, I don't even know how to say what it is, but it's a nice big plug that I made once upon a time, if you remember the Christmas looking one. And that way I can just put it off easy, and I connect it to, instead of the blood red one, it wasn't as good as I thought it was, so I've just put this one, and that now is hooked to You know, either that there, the USB controller one of those ones, or I'll hook it straight to the hub. I'll probably hook it straight to the hub, and that way I'll use these functions for probably pit limiter and push to torque. I've glued all that down nicely now around the back as well of the steering wheel, so there's no sort of loose wires or anything. It's all pretty radical there. Yeah. So once I just wire that up now, so there I'll have those two functions, and once I wire these two momentary gate switches, I don't even know what they're called, those switches there, then I'll have shift, even though that's not how I want it. But yeah, would you believe it? You know, I'll say tin ass really. They could all just have gone pear shaped, you know. Trim that down a fair bit. That's pretty flush now. Shorten the throw. That's just temporary stick. Needs to be longer and on the piss a bit in, because I know, for me, I know when I've got it right. I'm zooming out as much as I can. I know when I've got the right placement. It took a while to get it down here, but I just sort of mimic or like to copy SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen, the gun. So if I can sort of hit it with the back of my wrist, then I'm pretty happy. I can take a little bit of a wrist cock, but I should be able to just really just sort of knock it. That's too far obviously, so it's going to be higher and in a bit. But that's how that's how I sort of say to go about it. If Shane Van Gisbergen sort of can sort of knock it with the back of his wrist from time to time, I like to do that sometimes too, depending, you know, on the race and where I am. I've had a few times where I've been sort of trail braking or clutching down and halfway through a corner and coming in, and it's just sort of seemed appropriate to sort of shift down like that, coming down real late instead of grabbing at it. So it makes sense to having the placement where SVG has it in his supercar. Well, when he's driving a supercar, a guy can drive anything because he's a machine. But there you go. Hardest rubbish rig starting to activate. Want to see more? Like, subscribe, you know the drill.